Good afternoon. Fade to black breaking news for this Monday, June 12th, 2023. This is all of the news that you need. I'm Jimmy Church. Let's get straight to it. Lots to talk about today. On this day in history in 1949, speaking about the Berlin Wall, as he stood at the Brandenburg Gate in Berlin, U.S. President Ronald Reagan said the words, "Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall," on this day in 1949. Here's your Fader fact today. Mosquitoes are attracted to people who just ate bananas. And that is your Fader fact. All right, let's get to the breaking news. It's been going on all day today. I've been watching Stephen Greer's National Press Club presentation, and it just ended before the news broadcast right now. And tomorrow I will give a full report. I've got a lot to assess, and the texts are coming in. What do I think? I will have everything tomorrow. Also, later on tonight on Fade to Black, I've got Richard Dolan here. We're going to be talking about the UAP whistleblower David Grush, and maybe we will talk a little bit too as well about Dr. Greer's presentation today. Tied into all of that, talking about David Grush, Jim Shell, a former chief scientist of the Space Innovation and Development Center at Air Force Space Command, wrote on LinkedIn last week to support his former colleague, David Grush. That's right, the UAP whistleblower. Shell wrote on LinkedIn, and I'm quoting, "I will vouch for the integrity of Dave Grush. Getting to the bottom of this is elusive and problematic, to say the least. I will assert, no matter the conclusion of extraterrestrial materials or not, the DoD and IC security apparatus is in trouble, and unwitting accomplices are fostering an abusive system," end quote. Absolutely incredible. All right, check this out. A power solar. There was some stuff today in Dr. Greer's presentation, and I've got this news here. A space solar power prototype has demonstrated its ability to wirelessly beam power through space and direct a detectable amount of energy toward Earth for the first time. The experiment proves that tapping into a near limitless supply of power from the sun, that's right, from space. Because solar energy in space isn't subject to factors like, day and night, clouds, or weather, it is always available. It is estimated that space-based harvesters could yield 8 times more power than solar panels at any location on the surface of the Earth. The wireless power transfer was achieved by the Microwave Array for Power Transfer Low Orbit Experiment, otherwise known as MAPLE, that was launched in January 2023 as part of the Caltech's Space Solar Power Project. Incredible. Archaeologists have unearthed a collection of 12,000-year-old flutes carved out of bird bones at a prehistoric site in Israel. The site, it's called Ain Malaha, was once occupied by the Natufians, the last hunter-gatherers in the Levant, according to a study published Friday in the journal Scientific Reports. Although researchers had investigated the site since its discovery back in the 1950s, last year, archaeologists were surprised to find the flute scattered among a stockpile of 1,100 bird bones. Of the more than a dozen flutes unearthed, only one was completely intact and measured less than 2.6 inches in length. An international team of researchers published a study on Monday in the Journal of Applied Psychology where they found workers that frequently interacted with AI, artificial intelligence, for their jobs were more likely to experience loneliness, insomnia, and increased rates of drinking when compared to those that didn't. The study's findings were made based on 4 experiments conducted in the U.S., Taiwan, Indonesia, and Malaysia. In one, 126 people who worked in real estate for an Indonesia property management company were divided into 2 groups. One was instructed not to use AI for 3 consecutive days, while the other were told to use it as much as possible. The latter group reported increased rates of loneliness and insomnia. Another experiment in Taiwan divided up a group of 166 engineers who worked at a biomedical company. Workers who interacted more with the AI systems also experienced higher rates of loneliness and insomnia, and alarmingly, they also showed increased rates of after-work alcohol consumption as well. There's kind of a good side to this, though. Those that were interacting with AI were also going and trying to talk to their coworkers. They needed companionship. They weren't getting it from AI. Very interesting. And I've got more on this coming up. And finally, I'll leave you with this. A study to test people's reactions to driverless cars has used a ghost driver to record their responses. The work by University of Nottingham found that in the absence of someone in the driver's seat, pedestrians trust certain visual prompts more than others when deciding whether to cross the road. That's right. They don't like looking at a car without a driver. As part of the study, a car was driven around the university's campus over several days with its driver, research fellow David R. Large, concealed in the driver's seat. Mr. Large, a senior research fellow with the Human Factors Research Group at the university, said, and I quote, "It was amazing to watch. We finally know why the chicken didn't cross the road." There you go. That's all the Fade to Black breaking news that you need for this Monday, June 12th, 2023. Fade to Black breaking news is produced by Renee Newman. I'm Jimmy Church. I want to remind everybody tonight on Fade to Black, Richard Dolan joins us, and we will be discussing David Grush, the UAP whistleblower. Go Bagley Tappy.